Okay, yeah. First time using a starting screen, so I'm just working things out right now. Okay. Yep. We are finally back. And by we, I mean me. Smew Brush. Okay. So, did you like that? Oh, I need that window. Okay, this is the Smew Brush booth item update. That's what we're working on. We're working on booth items right now. Thank you for your support and your, your involvement in my Discord server too. I've been answering some questions and it's been pretty fun. Now, if there was only some random playlist that I could just play some music on. Yeah, just so it's not like completely dead silent, which is fine. Hello, everybody. Hello. Okay, we're focusing now. We're getting in focus mode. So a lot of people have been requesting this pen be released on Booth. And there's just a problem with that. It's not as easy as it is, yet it's an older pen system. And there's a lot of work for me to update it. But rest assured, I will move things forward. I will get things done. I have another Unity project too that I wanted to open. It's a little bit more of a test world for my prefabs. So it looks something like... Okay, so what I have to do is organize this project so that I can package things up and whatnot, you know? Just gonna make some announcements on Discord about the stream. Booth item update. Discord. Says I'm live on YouTube, okay. Wow, okay, so there is a streamer mode that I could be utilizing here. Okay. So yeah. Yeah, it's a shop. It's a booth shop. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, so I wanted to turn our attention to Discord. I'm gonna have to create a display capture, call it Discord, and then assign it. Oh, not a display capture, excuse me. A window capture. Discord. Was that really already in use? Okay, where's... I want to show you guys Discord because... Okay, yeah, I want to show you Discord for a few reasons here. Okay, apparently there's some transparency to this. Oh no, this is like... Okay, so far no one's watching, so I got a few moments to situate this here. Okay, so I have Discord pulled up because I wanted to bring to attention this one post that somebody posted here. It's the... Okay, so the Discord... Let me get a little organized here for a second. In the description of the video, I should have the link to the Discord server. If not, I'm gonna add it right now. Okay. That's a 7-day invite link. I'm gonna get it from my booth store. Booth shop. Yeah, so this suggestion is add 3D model loading and collaborative building. Okay, that sounds like fun. Yeah, well, the booth shop link, the avatar brush link, and the Discord server link are all now in the description. So yeah, check that out. So, collaborative drawing, it wouldn't be too hard. Of course, there's some limitations to using the same old pen system. I don't think it's not worth doing. Does that make sense? I don't think it's worth ignoring this collaborative build. Looks like somebody created an open source GLB loading tool. Not too familiar with how this works, but it says this allows for worlds to load geometry and someone on desktop is able to rearrange parts. I think being able to work alongside your tools would create some amazingly accessible collaboration in VR. Okay, so with the introduction to the... Let's bring it back to the world for a second. Okay. With the introduction of this export, import, export feature in my world, it did bring some ideas as to how we can make this go further. One thing I was looking to do was creating the export to Blender feature as a booth prefab. So we'll have to look at how this code works. See, like I'm thinking of adding a new item to the store. That's what this stream is about. I'm looking to update the store with some new game items to make your worlds more fun, interactable, or even open up a new dimension to what you could do with the worlds, like saving and whatnot. And yeah. Sometimes I don't know how the streams are gonna go. They just kind of evolve based on whatever it is I'm doing at the time. Right? So here, this little like chat window is getting in the way for a second. Sure, I could like pull it up like further, I don't know. Anyways, it's been a while since I've looked at the export import loading feature. So what I'll do is go into, I'm so familiar with this whole like drop down menu over here, like how it works. Wait, how come? Okay, first of all, I want to be able to see the cursor when I hover over it. Yeah, there you go. Alright, so it's in the pan and the UI. I'm trying to look for the save object button right here. Boop boop beep. It's right. Yeah, it's this export button. Oh, why did I go so far? I'm easily distracted, by the way. So, okay, Smew Brush QV Pen Manager. And then... Ah! Okay, so in order... Remember how... Okay, so in the beginning of the stream, I talked about how people wanted this pen with multi-selection in their worlds. And what I usually say is I'd like that too, although I'm not in the right to be selling this pen because it is a free download asset that I modified on. But this whole menu is something I created, which affects the original code. Like, so the code that's in this pen, the main controller script is called this pen manager right here. And so in the pen manager, you have alright, in this pen manager, you end up having all the controlling scripts for what the pen does. And then in some of them, I have export. And then that calls pen.export. Alright, so when I go to the pen code and I type in export, I could see the function that I created is over here. Ah, okay, I see now. So it is possible to have to sell. So, okay. Problem is, people want this pen. Okay, that's not the problem. So people want this pen. The problem is I can't sell the pen directly because I modified it and added this menu. But I can sell the menu that you could then drag and drop the pen on top of it. You see? So what I need is I need to package this up and create the booth item so that the pen is independent from all its cool functionalities, but just requires the pen manager script. So it depends on the pen manager script. So I could do that. So what I'll do is take this menu Man, I have a feeling. First of all, I have a feeling this is not going to be easy. And second of all, I have a feeling that I don't want to mess up my project. So the work begins on turning this into an item. Before doing any of this, I would like to practice on this pen. Something like this. And I'll call it like booth item test brush. Right? Oof. I'm oof right now. That's what this is. Hello, hello. Everybody watching, or one person, feel free to chat with me in the chat because that's what this is about. It's a friendly space. We're just trying to hang out and stuff. I'm just working on creating a new booth item out of this menu, which will require me to create a brand new script Let's start with changing exporter. Let's work on this being like an exporter, because that will encourage people to save their drawings that they do and put them onto display or whatnot. So let me put that in the chat. So I'm working on feature for QV pens. It's going to be a prefab people can use in their worlds too. Just need to drag and drop. Now anyone can save their drawings in VR. And that just encourages collaborative flows. And it's gonna be fun. I just need to do a couple things. First off, I'm looking at the export code currently. I probably need to create a new script called... Yeah, I'll probably have to create a brand new script. I'm gonna call this export booth. Yeah, and again, drag and drop. So I'm gonna have to open this up in another application. Create a button. You know what I mean? Put it on the left. Wrapping. Disabled. That's because this is center local. Ooh. Man, I can't believe I had somebody in here the other day like complaining about how there's too much to read here. It's like, oh, you don't have to read much. Just click around and find out, you know? And like a lot of the design is to reduce the amount of words for people to read in here. So it's like, I don't get it. Okay. So similarly to that other export button, man, you know, why don't I just copy the Smew brush at this point? Because this isn't going anywhere. I'm gonna need the whole exporting feature. So copy the Smew brush. And this is going to be, oh, Please don't mess anything up. Booth test. Gonna need the UI. Yeah. It's like, are you sure? Okay. Are you sure you want to send this to everybody in your server? It's like, okay. Alright. So then we're creating new booth items. I can mess around with this as much as I can, but I don't want to change the color of anything, because then that's going to mess things up. Okay, we have save obj, which triggers the export button, which is over here. And this QV pen interact button, that's interesting. That's interesting. Because, so I'm making a prefab that you can drag and drop onto pens. Or you could drag a pen and drop it onto it, whatever. Then you'll be able to export the drawings just from the pen that you selected. Now I'm looking at how my code works, and I'm gonna have to open up this interact button script just to take a peek, see what it looks like, see what the code looks like. I'm gonna create a new window capture. This is gonna be VS Code. And then I'm gonna, yeah, VS Code. Okay. Ah, it's 2 all the way in the top. Let's put it above Unity here, shall we? Alright. Alright. So I want to create a brand new script called export booth item. So then I'll know this is a booth item and I won't mess this one up, and then I'll change this one to show this export and not the original one. Okay, there we go. Okay. Now this is the booth item, and I want to create a new script that's going to be called udon behavior. Alright. Let's get this exporting on the move. Whatever it is I'm making right now is definitely going to have an impact on people who make stuff in VR. I'm not even talking about in Unity, but when you're actually in VRChat in the game and you're making stuff like drawing, for example. Okay, I'm gonna have to name this export drawings. C# script or whatever. Yeah, let me make myself bigger here. Where's my VC face? Ooh. Don't break. Okay. That took a long time. That happens with Udon. Okay. So I'm gonna open up this script that I just did. And I look at the QV interact button. This is interesting because it's going to have to take, and I'm gonna have to open up. I'll test it with this version of QV Pen, and if it works, I'll test it with another version. How about that? So the first things first, it's gotta have the same namespace, right? VRCon and Udon interfaces. Let me just see if I have everything I need. I don't know what this is. Hey everybody, thank you for tuning in. I'm working on getting a prefab whipped up in Booth. It's gonna allow you to drag and drop whatever pen onto this object, this item, and then you'll be able to export the drawing of that pen as a 3D model, right? So, not just something you can do in my world, but something that you can add to any world. Lots of... Ooh, okay, yeah. I hope I don't break my Unity project, okay? Welcome, welcome. Let's get started, shall we? Okay, so I'm looking at this one as well, and yeah, I'm gonna have to use that namespace of QV Pen. This is gonna be pretty interesting because it's like I'm making an add-on to an already existing item. This way I could distribute whatever modifications, and I'll just have to say use this pen as a dependency, you know, like download, make sure you have this in your world before you add my items to your world, or this exporting item, right? So this is the QV Pen interact. Udon behavior sync mode, no variables sync. Okay, we'll see what that does later here. Hello. So, in the current state of my world, okay, so Epic Pajama, hello there, friend, is saying, will there be a size limit to what can be saved? Without a compression, so there's no compression in my save button right now, but without compression, wait, hold on, let me not overcomplicate this answer. What I'm saying is, if you're drawing a simple drawing with a singular pen, so the aim is to export it on singular pens. So not every drawing that's with, like, imagine the QV pens that are all like lined up together, you know, the ones that have like the green and the white and the blue one. So imagine having that, but then choosing which one's exportable. So like dragging and dropping like pen 1 onto the prefab, and then only that pen will export. So everything from that pen will export. Of course, what I do to reduce the size is I simplify the lines too. Because if you look at what the exporting looks like in Blender, you're gonna see a bunch of vertices flying around. So there's things I do, like I remove vertices, and that saves space. But when we're talking about size limit, I'll just say any drawing that you do with a pen, it should be fine to export. Really, when it comes down to it, every stroke, so every time you pull the trigger and draw, that's a singular mesh. So they're all separate meshes. I don't think there's a problem with saving a complex drawing. I just want it to work, right? And then we'll see what happens. And I'm really excited for that, and I'll keep that in mind, because yeah, like I have ways of reducing the unnecessary vertices, and then that saves space and stuff like that. So, and maybe with compression it could also save some more space too, and we'll see. So I'm a little confused why this is necessary here. So it says that can use everyone and custom event name. Okay, so it's like custom event name. Okay, so I'm just trying to recreate how this. That was a good question though, and not because I don't know the answer, like as most people say that's a good question, but because it's a really interesting question. Like what is the size limit? Or I'm sure, oh, like the drawings you've done in Smew Brush, like those grand masterpieces with multiple pens. I'm still thinking about how to do multiple pens, but this use case would be for if you're starting off in your world and you add pens to your world, and you want people to be a little bit more, to have more freedom with what they draw. Like maybe you want people to be able to save their drawings, and that's just like, you don't have to be an expert for that, or it could be a utility for somebody else to build upon and improve. But you know, just having it out there at first, you know, it's 2025. I think it's time that we're able to pull our drawings out of the game. And you know, not everybody has a PC, so they just end up having a Quest. And yeah. About what? Not sure, because there might be a little delay with my that's what I'm saying. But yeah, just a simple little tool. You know, I don't. Like, cause the whole point was I haven't been giving much attention to this exporting feature. Yeah, you see, there's people on Discord. Let me pull up Discord again. Well, there's people on Discord asking me in the suggestions channel, which is pretty cool because you can throw some suggestions in there. Right? Add 3D model loading and collaborative. Oh, right. Grandmaster drawings. Yeah, you know what I mean. Just like multiple drawings with different pens and stuff. It's heavy, I'm not gonna lie. It's possible, but it's heavy. So yeah, Astral Druid suggested this, and there were some tools that other people were working on when it came to exporting. So I'm trying to see if I can meet these guys somewhere in the middle with this. Like maybe come out with a tool that's simple and easy to use, and just kind of put it out there, you know? And if people want to like donate, they will, but I just think that's something that everyone deserves. A custom event is unnamed. I'll just keep it that. So the whole point is you want to interact, right? It becomes a button. So let's see if we could whip this up quick. And then it says, can everyone use? And we'll keep that also here because we want people to use it. So then I'll do something like, I'm just gonna take this function right here and loop. Yeah, I've made a lot of mistakes with copying and pasting, but I just think that if you check after you, that's the whole point. You gotta check after you paste, make sure everything's alright. So none of these variables exist. Why don't I just go ahead and just add everything? Because do I need the sound effect? Okay. Not everyone's gonna, this won't be a global event, but this is just a controller. It's not all of this is necessary, but because we're in the same, this is the whole point. So yeah, that's exactly what would be able to happen. Instead of being on the pen, this button, it's just gonna be on a board, and then you could maybe, okay, so like you have the QV pen pack, no matter what version. I'll always keep up with the latest version. That's what this is about. Then you'll have the board. You know what? I'm gonna open up Paint because I gotta show you. I gotta show you what it is, you know? It's just so funny that I have to open up Paint because yeah, it's funny that I have to open up Paint because like I love, this is like one of my favorite parts. It's like sharing my ideas, you know? It's like, okay, look at this. Hey, Frankie. Yeah, my world has some boards in it. Like you could see, like at spawn, and there's like some UI stuff. But really, it's just supposed to be easy for whoever's the world creator to be able to throw in their worlds. Drag and drop whatever pen or the entire collection of pens. You know, nothing too complicated for myself, and not too complicated for yourself either. Like somebody who doesn't even code, or you know, is not too advanced with world building, would have an easy time, and that's the whole point. Let's make this size like 10. Okay, so you have, this is what the prefab is gonna be. Oh my goodness. How come you can't see any of the drawings on stream? Okay, that's sad. Okay. What this? Hold on. Okay, so this is MS Paint, and looks like, oh my goodness, this is so weird. Alright, anyways. You'll have a board similar to this, and then you'll be able to select which pen you want to export, like the black one, the white one, the red one, the yellow one, and then export it. That's just easier setup. That's just an easier setup. It's like just copying what this, how the structure works would be okay. But then the whole point is like the custom event name already exists in the code, and I'm not technically supposed to be changing any of the original code, right? I just want to trigger this exporting from the code. So what I want to do is pull from that. I need to find the script that communicates with, that'll pull variables from the QVPen script. And it's like, I think I know what to do here. Yeah. So yeah, I should be taking, I was like looking at the wrong file. Okay, so anyways, wrong code. We can say bye-bye to this code. Okay, so it goes QVPen. Yeah, that makes more sense. So if I want to export drawings, I would make the QVPen variable like private QVPen and just call it pen, and make this a serialized field. Reason why, you ask? Well, let me check why this is a serialized field. Usually because you wanna, oh boy. Hacking into the system right now. It's so dumb. How's your night going though, by the way? Or a day? Okay, so any change you make with the code, Udon is gonna update everything over here. And then we go here, and we see? Okay, so this is good news. I know you can't see this right now. No, you can't see this. Okay, there's a slot here for the pen. So this is the export prefab, and then you'll be able to drag a pen, drop it in this slot, and then click the button and be able to export that. Like all the drawings from that pen, right? And I've seen some pretty cool drawings, so Let us not forget. The whole goal of this is not only to like make this technology just easy, simple, put it in your world. Everybody should, not everybody should have this, but most worlds should have this, because then you can save those drawings, or if somebody draws something cool, you could save that. And it's just, the reason is because then we can create like a museum of like displaying people's art in 3D, because that hasn't been done. That's not really being worked on in any sort of way. A lot of it is exporting from other like tools to export into your game, or specific worlds that handle exporting, like mine and pen to obj, that other world that I was inspired by. Okay, lazy day, yeah. I was pretty busy the whole day, I would say, although I did, go to the gym a little bit here and just blow some steam, So yeah, people love simplicity, and so that's what this is about. Making it simple. Let's not offend any cavemen, Alright, anyways. I have the QV pen, but I look at the QV pen's exporting code that I wrote, and it's over here. I know my girl here is in the way. Let's put her right here in the middle. Okay. Yeah, it would be cool. And trust me when I say this, there's tons of people out there that are wanting to make worlds, or like can't wait to, and there's just not enough out there. Yeah. It'll be fun. I mean, what else is there? Like, making things so others can make even more things and grow on top of is better than just making something that only you can use and only works in one situation and then just gets forgotten over time. It came from open source, it's going to go out open source is what I'm saying. So yeah, this whole method, right, let me not use that term, this whole function loop or function called export, from this line to this line, this is all the code that's needed to export drawings. That's it. So let me copy it. All I need to see is which variable in here pertains to this script. Like, for example, the ink pool synced. Like, that's, it says it right there. It says qvpen.inkpoolsynced, right? And what else? That's pretty much it. Isn't that cool? Mesh vertices. Oh, right there. And then there's the qvpen mesh vertices. So that's 2. And there's a test mesh that's a variable that's in here. So, and then there's a line renderer. No, that comes from ink. So, see, so there's only 2 variables in here that this is so, like, I could see this being a thing so soon that I'm kind of like beating myself over the head, like, why didn't I do this earlier? Because I know things are possible, but then I put them off, and then I think about it, and then I get stuck on how like hard it would be, but then when I actually start doing it, it's not that hard. And that's just the story of my life. Whoa. Yeah, right? So this whole, I wish there was some like inline like error logging, like right here. Like it would just show up red, like this doesn't exist, or, but it doesn't. So you're leaving me to figure it out for myself. Okay, so we know this one comes from pen, so I could do something like pen.inkpoolsynced, and we know mesh vertices. No, that came from here. But mesh vertices is defined over here. Yeah, you still need to And test mesh. Oh, okay. So yeah, there's a couple of... Oh, there's a bunch. Oh yeah, these are all the variables for exporting. Yeah, the line renderer, the format position, the mesh triangles, the vertice 1, vertice 2, vertice 3, the object counter, and this vertex offset, because you're going from Blender to Unity and vice versa here. Okay, so these are all the variables for exporting. Smew, you know, June? Is that June? June 28th, 2024. I remember that day, because like 2 days later, I got this job that I'm in now, and I was like so happy or relieved or whatever. So yeah, that was a cool time. So anyways, let me bring these variables that we know and love and put them in here. So what I do is I end up like redoing like what I do in my world, and I package it up and I redo it, and that's how I get these booth items out. It's really, when a booth item is out, it's the most organized. It is the most, you know, easily maintainable packaged objects I have in my Unity project that I just like package up and push off. Then I'll have some README in there. But anyways, got all the variables in there. And all I need is that QV pen, and then we should be good. Then when I hit export, so this should be just the script that you need. Alright. There are errors, they just tell you in here. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Yeah. Okay. Hello, hello, hello. You know what I'm trying to do? I'm trying to like hear what I sound like on YouTube, but then like the YouTube isn't like, as long as you can hear me, that's fine. Okay? It's weird. But anyways, I'm really excited because this button is a thing. So all I did was replace my button with this new button, and then that'll be the thing that I put on Booth. I could put it in Booth as a script, or I could put it on a button, or I could like, you know, there's like so many ways to send it out. If I put it out as a script, it's going to be more work to set up. If I put it out as a button, it's going to be more work for me to set up. It's like, what do we want here? Like, let's just get to it. I'm just too excited right now. Okay, so what I'll do is drag. So this is the item, right? The booth item right here. Let me get my big head out of the way. This is the booth item right here that we see before our eyes. And what I'll do is on the left side of Unity here, I'm just going to drag the pen and drop it right here. Right? and then do hello Captain Ark, and then do a interact, and what? Yeah, oh sorry, it's not interact, it's okay. Well, first of all, it's when you hit export on my first on the one that I have, it's gonna put all the copyable text or the mesh data, the object itself, into a text box, and then now I'm forgetting how did I do that here. Yeah, honestly, there's no other way than to check itself. Oh yeah, that's what it is. It goes the text field. I need. Okay, I'll need a public text field as well. Okay, no big deal. No big deal. Just flying through this. Let's not miss a step here. Okay. Back to this code. Back to my code. Right, so oh yeah. If I ran export, then it would actually call that function. Okay, yeah, I see how that works. Okay, so let's just paste this over here. So if the field exists, hold on. Let me not get ahead of my shelf. Yeah, okay, so I click the button. It runs this function. It checks if there's a field, and then it sets the text to the actual function that runs the exporting code. So this is start export and then export, right? Or this could be the interact component, making it a button, right? Do I even need a return here? I don't think so. Low. Okay, if I made that an interact, then I would just be able to simply... Right, export field doesn't exist because I didn't add it. There we go, that works. Alright, it says input field, the namespace couldn't be found, and that's just because I need to import Unity Engine UI. And that should fix that. Loading. clear the console for good luck. Happy Lunar New Year, Happy Chinese New Year, everybody. Okay, drag. I only said that because I hear the flute. Alright, drag, but also for real. Let me drag and drop this input text field into this slot over here. If this works just like how mine works, and we're gonna see that in about a couple minutes here, it's done. Then I just have to polish it up, package it up, and put it on Booth, but it's done. Booth Fridays! That's what I want to do, Booth Fridays. Booth Fridays. Dude, I'm like getting ahead of myself. What I'm trying to say is I want to drop this exporting item on Booth this Friday. That gives me enough time to package it up and make it nice and spanky, but also it's like kind of encouraging to like do this more often. It's just fun. Bring awareness to what's going on to these. And hey, I know it's kind of tough out there when you're trying to make VR worlds. There's a lot. There might be language barriers, there might be Japanese here and there, but I'm here to help you out and make it easier. So part of my channel is also based on education and Unity and VR chat, specifically game development and world building, avatar fiddling, mostly just adding stuff on Unity with avatars, but worlds. Okay, anyways, so that's there, and then I can see in the code one more time that everything looks to be okay. And instead of saying pen.export, I could just call the export function because we're already here. It's already here. Then when you export it, it'll return the formatted positions, making the text field copyable. Very simple. The hard work has been done. Okay, there's lightning or thunder actually going on outside right now in my neck of the woods. So dogs are barking. All right. The position's a little off on this, but it works, and that's all that matters here. I'm going to build and test. First I'm going to remove the occlusion culling. Then I'm going to just build and test. There's VRChat here. IAMS. Okay, let's see. Okay, then save. Oh, where am I? No, this is not kosher. What I want to do is actually build and test, and now my ears are bleeding. Loading, loading. This is taking quite some time. I guess that was the part that I was confused about this whole time. How am I supposed to take these assets and turn them into mods that you can just drag and drop? Oh shoot, I'm in VR. I gotta get in VR for this. Alright. Oh boy. Okay, well, I'm gonna just build and test in PC. I'm so excited! Look at this! Okay, let's stop this madness here. Booth test! Okay. Let's draw something. Okay. Yay! We got it! Yay! It works. It works, everyone! It works! It works! It works. Okay guys, so yeah, I did one booth item this stream. I finished one booth item this stream. In the next one, we'll polish it up a bit and make the big announcement. Okay, well, have a good night, everybody. I'm just gonna leave now. Bye.